Howdy everybody, Steve here, KM9G. We're going to test out Bluetooth on the X6100 with firmware version 1.1.6. I was trying to count with my fingers all at the same time. That's a skill I haven't really mastered yet. Let's get over and take a look at the radio and see if Bluetooth actually does the thing. Okay, so let's do Bluetooth settings on the radio. Bluetooth on. And let's go into Bluetooth settings on the computer, and it shows up. So let's right-click on this and say audio and input profiles, because we want to get sound from the radio to WSJTX, and serial port because we want to get cat control over. Let's hit connect. And it says that we're connected at the top, and then it says connecting at the bottom. Pairing request, let's confirm. All right, success. Audio profile, that didn't work. Audio profile seems to work. Let's go into WSJTX again, and that's the USB version. Let's do Bluetooth, switch to, let's go into settings and take a look at those settings. Under radio, we're going to keep the same radio. We're going to change it from the USB port. Oh, there's no RF COM port here, so that's not working. Let's check the computer, ls-al/dev/rf. There's only RF kill, not RF COM, so that's not there. Let's exit out of this one more time, exit out of here. It says serial port failed when we clicked on it, so let's disconnect, and we are now disconnected. Let's reconnect without any of these things here checked. Connect to serial port. We are connected. Serial port RF COM 0. Let's go back into WSJTX. File, settings, radio, port. Hey, there's that port. RF COM 0. Okay, let's test cat. Doesn't work. Okay, let's check our Bluetooth. It says serial port RF COM 0. Settings, radio, test cat. I hear it click. All right, so that's on 20 meters. Let's switch it over to 40 meters. Okay, so that works fine. Let's put it into transmit mode. And that works fine. And audio is still going over the USB cable. So now, let's switch it over again. Let's go back to the computer. Let's go File, Settings, Audio. And there's no Bluetooth audio devices. Okay. So if we go back into Bluetooth, we can see that audio is off. Well, that's not going to help. Let's turn on Auto Connect for audio input profiles. Let's change the audio profile to high fidelity capture. And it's still off. High fidelity capture. Failed to change to the source. Okay, let's disconnect. Change that to be only audio input profiles. And since WSJTX was connected to the serial port, it wasn't happy. Let's disconnect. Let's connect. Success. Audio profile capture. Failed to change. All right, let's disconnect altogether. Let's exit out of WSJTX. Let's clear the error message. So we're automatically going to connect to audio and input profiles, and we're going to hit connect. We're connected up here at the top. Success. Audio profile capture. That seems to be happy. Let's go back into WSJTX. Oh, and it complained again. Let's change audio profile to capture. And now we have this BlueZ sync. Let's pick that. And for output, let's pick BlueZ sync. And while we're at it, let's go back into configuration. And that RF COM is gone. I still have my serial port connected. So now we're happy on the serial port. Audio profile is good. Let's double check our sound settings. Still on the Blue Z device. Now we're getting audio. Not a lot of audio, but we're getting audio. That's probably what's actually going on the radio. Switch this over to 20. Yeah, 20 is a little busier. We can start seeing a little bit more signal show up in the waterfall there. Okay, file, settings, and we're still on Bluetooth, but there's no RF comm. So that's interesting. See if we can make a QSO this way. And we are getting 0 output on the radio. Not a whole lot. You know what? It's coming out of the wrong device. Is that going to matter? It was using the built-in microphone on the radio. So it was picking up my voice. No output on the radio, but you can see the red LED is on. So we're in transmit mode. We're just not transmitting any signals out. We're also in UDIG, which you saw on the screen. Let's go back into settings. Everything is fine there, and everything is fine there. So this officially is only good for listening via the computer. Let's try some headphones real quick. Okay, what I have here is Plaintronics headset, over-the-ear headset with an audio boom. And one thing that this radio does not have is a Vox setting. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn up some volume here. So now you can hear the melodious song of my people, WSJTX FT8 sounds. I'm going to turn that down a little bit, but we do need some audio going on. Let's zoom in on the radio here so you guys can see what's going on. Okay, now we're all set there. Let's go into Bluetooth settings. System, Bluetooth setting, scan, Bluetooth headsets in pairing mode, and we found it. That's Plaintronics Focus. We're going to go down and we're going to hit connect. And what do you think should happen when it's connected? Paired, connected. I would suggest that when it's paired, it immediately switches the audio over to my headset, and you can still hear it coming out of the speakers. And I see nothing in here for dealing with that. Okay, let's turn that audio down. It connects, but it doesn't work. Okay, so let's do system setting, Bluetooth, and I have a Bluetooth keyboard here. Let's put the Bluetooth keyboard into pairing mode, and you can see the lights flashing, so that's now in pairing mode. You can see it popped up on the screen. Let's connect. And we're not connected yet. Try again. And it disappeared. Scan again. Okay, I found it this time and gave it a name. Bluetooth keyboard, let's connect. Let's connect. And it's gone again. Scan. Connect. Connect. Gone again. And this did actually work. This keyboard did actually work yesterday when I was testing this. Now again. Connect. And we've now connected. Okay. Exit. Exit. Okay, and you can see the mouse cursor there moving around on top of the 14. Move the mouse down to memory edit. Click memory edit. Let's click save VFO. Let's click tag. Did they improve the user experience? Testing. Okay, so the keyboard works. I press enter. Nothing happens. It didn't save the channel name up here where it was supposed to save the channel name. So now I need to move the mouse over and tap enter on the on-screen keyboard. And now it has saved it. And I need to move the mouse over. Let's press escape. Nope. We need to move the mouse over to the X in the lower corner to exit and click on that. Okay, so now we've clicked on that and that's gone. So still clunky, still doesn't really get the job done. Okay, what is this, like the 8th version of the firmware later? There were a couple of different versions that had the same version number, whatever. This is crazy. There are so many easier ways to test this before releasing it out to the public. This should work, especially when you brag that, hey, it does something neat. I do not see any value in having Bluetooth RF-based cat control while still requiring USB wired audio settings. That doesn't make any sense. I'm still wired to the radio. Now I'm taking the radio and making it do extra work because it needs to do USB which still exposes USB cat control. Now it also needs to have the Bluetooth stack enabled and running and consuming power in order to do cat control, which can already be done by the cable you already have connected. That's a little strange if you ask me. So what about audio? You can do Bluetooth cat control, but you can't do Bluetooth audio at the same time. And I tested this on a MacBook also. I don't have a Windows machine, so I've tested on Linux, I've tested on Mac. On Mac, it's even worse than it is on Linux. Who knows what's going on there? Why? Why would you do this? I get the impression that the people that write the software, and I realize they're working hard and they've done a fantastic job up to where they stopped doing a fantastic job. But I get the impression that they aren't using this to do radio activities, so they don't understand what we would assume would be a natural understanding of the process. So whatever's going on there. You can do RF Bluetooth audio into the computer, but you can't do RF Bluetooth audio out of the computer. It could be a Linux thing, I don't know, but it certainly didn't work on Mac, and one of these devices has to be polished. If you're running this on Windows and it works, do let me know. Went in and tested out the Bluetooth keyboard. It was a little finicky. Maybe that's what the previous issue was. A couple of people have reported an issue with Bluetooth keyboard before. I don't know. It worked. It worked just as good as the keyboard and mouse connected via USB did. The mouse was a little slow, a little more slower than I'd like it to be, but there was no control for it either. So it kind of is what it is. Crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. If you would like to support the channel, there are links to join on YouTube right below the video, and there are links to Patreon in the description. And if you'd like to purchase this radio or any of the Xiegu equipment, I have a link to Radioddity where you can get a $15 off discount and save some money. The radio is fun to play with. I enjoy playing with the radio. I enjoy putting out these videos. I love the community that we have created. It's a fantastic place to be. I highly recommend you get one of these for the fun of it, not because you wanted to do serious radio things and have zero frustration. This is not a frustration-free radio. This is a fun radio if you enjoy playing and tinkering with things. So, fantastic stuff there. There's a video right over here I think you'll enjoy next. Thanks for being awesome. I'll see you over there.